No. I don't want to say that, just kidding. Cut. All right, well that, Hey everybody, it's Landyn from Living with Landyn. I am back this week to talk about all things mom. The questions came flying in just about parenting and being a mom and balancing it all, and do I yell at my kids, and what do I think about other moms that are judgmental. I mean, all the things you guys want to know. So let's get to it. Question number 1. Question is, how to be a good mom while doing a million things. Well, first of all, I'm not alone. We're all doing a million things. We're all completely overscheduled, including our children. And I think I, like you, probably like to think of myself as superwoman and that I can do it all. So in one day, I've got a list a mile long, I've got errands, I've got kids, and if you've got toddlers and younger kids, I mean, add on the stress level. I mean, it's just a lot. You're trying to keep these people alive, these people fed, yourself together, your husband, everything. And I know it's overwhelming. And so it is hard, and it is about balance. And I do not have it figured out. I will tell you that right now. I struggle with this a lot, actually. I just try to do as much as I can in a day without putting too much pressure on myself. I have to make a list. That's what helps keep me organized. And then I like to check things off and feel accomplished. But if there's 3 things left on my list at the end of the day, I'm like, well, you know what? I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow. So I think just trying to prioritize the things that you absolutely have to get done. I do remember when I had toddlers, I decided to not set myself up for failure, which would mean if on my list was grocery store and pick up the dry cleaning, and I had a baby and a toddler, I was like, well, that's all I'm gonna get done. And I felt good when I got the 2 things done, got home for the naps, and we could get it figured out. So I think it's just about like putting things in order of importance and what you have to get done. You don't have to do everything. I have to remind myself that as well. And I think just giving yourself a little grace. I spoke about this a little while back. Remember that night on my Insta stories when I was on the porch with a glass of wine, like we just gotta just chill out and take it one day at a time and give ourselves a little grace. And I think that's it. I really do try to get it all done, but we are human and we're only one woman and we're doing the best we can. So I think just give yourself a break and just, take it one step at a time, get as much as you can done on your list, but don't overwhelm yourself, because there's nothing worse than at the end of the day than feeling like you failed and like, oh, I didn't get anything done today. So if you just maybe give yourself 3 things to do a day, one of those, please let it be taking care of yourself. That's something I'm putting on the top of my list these days, whether it be workout, go for a walk with your friend, meditate, go do some yoga, whatever it is, just take that time for yourself in the morning. Whether you might even have to get up before your kids, which sometimes that's hard, especially with little ones. But if you can, for me, that's my saving grace, is just having that hour in the morning by myself. And that's when I do make my list, and that's when I do try to get myself organized. I do my best work at that hour, and then everybody gets up and we get on with our day, and then I just start to check things off as best as I can. So that is my advice. Again, please don't look to me that I have it all figured out and you're trying to do what I'm doing in a day, because it takes a village, my friends, and we're all doing just the best we can. Okay, this question made me laugh. Someone wrote in and asked if I ever yell or get mad at my kids because I seem so chill and even-tempered. Yes, I'm actually just a little bit mommy dearest. Not gonna lie, I absolutely yell at my kids. It's not my proudest moment. My famous line is, I'm like going around and all of a sudden, it's something that sets me off, I guess. It's more of like, okay, so I walk in the house and all of a sudden I see like Luke's shoes over here and Lily left this here and there's like a thing of dishes in the thing. And then all of a sudden I start to feel very overwhelmed, because I think like, okay, you guys are old enough to pick up your shoes and put this away and put your stuff in the dishwasher. And that's when I get a little, like, we could be just coming in from doing something fun, all of a sudden it's like a switch. I'm like, that's when I lose it. And so I try to just take a deep breath and I just say, guys, can you help me out, please? I need this done and that done and that done. So we definitely have to be accountable for taking care of the house. This isn't just my house to take care of. This is also theirs. So I try to teach them that. I definitely fly off the handle. I can go, like I said, just right here, and then all of a sudden I'm like, guys! That's what I say. I yell guys up the stairs. I don't know why. It's just my phrase. And then they come running and they're like deer in the headlights and they're like, uh-oh, mom's pissed. What are we gonna do now? So then everyone scurries, and I like that because it's a little authority. I'm like, that's right, let's go. Crack the whip a little bit. And I'm better when things are in order. So if my house is crazy, I become crazy. So I really try to set myself up for success there, where before I leave the house, I like to have everything kind of neat and tidy. So when I come home from an overwhelming day, it's like a sense of peace in my house. So it keeps me even tempered, I think. I'm also pretty upbeat, pretty go with the flow. For the most part, I'm pretty much a fun mom, I guess. But I do expect order, and they absolutely do have responsibilities. And so I think if everybody can do their jobs, then no one gets mad. Okay, here's a interesting one. How do I deal with judgment from other moms? First of all, I don't necessarily think I care what most people think, and I'm not saying that like, well, I just, in a snotty kind of way. It's just, if I did that, I would continually be brought down. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one's opinion of you matters. No one. I don't care what Julie thinks and what Karen thinks and whatever. I'm doing the best job I can, just like they are. And I also try not to judge other women. Like, I don't know her story. I don't know what's going on at home. I don't know why she's acting the way she's acting, or why she's having a good day and why she's having a bad day. I do get a little bit of judgment, or maybe it's in my mind or in my head. But I've now become like a working mom, so I'm not at as many activities at my kids' school than I would like to be. And I think sometimes other moms that maybe that's what they have going on, and that is kind of what their daily is doing everything within the kids' school. Then I kind of come in, either I'm not there, and the next time I see them, like, oh, well, you weren't at the whatever, and I'm like, oh gosh, sorry. I just try not to let that eat me alive, but I am human, and things do absolutely hurt my feelings. I just try to keep my chin up, stay in my own lane. And like my mom always said, kill them with kindness. It's like, oh gosh, really? I don't know. Sorry. So just trying to, with anything, I think just, you know what I mean? We're doing the best we can, honestly. And her opinion of me doesn't matter. And if I did let it affect me, then I would just go down, down, down. And it's definitely happened. I'm not going to say it is, but I really try to just be like, okay, I didn't hear that. I didn't see that. That's what she thinks. I know who I am, basically, at the end of the day. But I think everyone, honestly, that I come in contact with has been really great. They're very supportive. Of course, coming into this role as a working mom is new for me. So they have been very, very kind and sweet to me, and very happy for me and excited, and they're following along, so that's kind of neat. Now, what they say behind closed doors, we'll never know. But you know what? That's not my concern. Well, thank you for sending in your questions. I hope I answered them and helped you out in some way, gave you something to think about maybe. And I will see you back here next week.